Anyway, people have been waiting on a response. The people in Israel, that is, are waiting on a response from Hezbollah after uh, they killed. Oh yeah, I should. Yeah, let me get to that one first because yeah. One moment, please. Okay, so we were wondering about this the other day about the one of the Hezbollah leaders had been killed in that strike in Lebanon. So so again, our uh, our friend and nemesis Dave DeCamp. So Hezbollah confirms its commander killed in Israeli airstrike on Beirut. So on Wednesday, Hezbollah confirmed that one of its most senior military commanders, Shukr, was killed by an Israeli airstrike that hit a residential building in the southern suburbs of Beirut on Tuesday. Lebanese sources told Reuters that Shukr's body was found in the rubble on Wednesday evening, and at least 2 women and 2 children were also killed in the strike. Shukr was a founding member of Hezbollah. According to Lebanon's Al Mayadeen, he was one of Hezbollah's Secretary General Hassan Nasrallah's closest advisors. So there was speculation if he had been killed, because there was those images of somebody being carted into like a hospital or something, and it looked like him, but it didn't look like he was dead, but his eyes weren't open either, so they didn't know if he was alive. So um anyway, so he's been confirmed dead. So they didn't know the other day. They said he wasn't, but I think now Hezbollah has confirmed that too. So we were talking about Hezbollah and how they were going to respond, right? So they had hinted that they were going to be kind of thinking outside the box on this one. It might turn into a full blown thing, right? Do we get a little poll here? Some of you's doing this. Will Hezbollah attack Tel Aviv this weekend? 83% said yeah. Because I mean, technically they've attacked Israel. They attacked them last night, as a matter of fact. This is from Press TV. Israel sustains deadly aggression on Lebanon. Hezbollah responds with dozens of rockets. I think. So this is going into. I think those were going into the West Galilee. I think they mentioned something like that. So that was last night, and that dog said, "Go bombs, go! Go bombs, go! Don't go after that bomb, dog. That is not a bone." Um, uh, the Israeli, this is from Press TV. Israeli regime sustains its deadly aggression against southern Lebanon. Okay, we just read that. Yesterday, Israeli airstrike targeted a residence accommodating a Syrian family in the town of Chama in the country's Tiri district, Lebanon's health ministry reported. 4 Syrians were killed and 5 Lebanese nationals wounded in the attack. Later in the day, Hezbollah released a statement saying it had fired dozens of Katyusha rockets at the settlement of Metzuba in the northern part of the occupied Palestinian territories. Various reports said the movement had fired around 60 rockets toward the territories during the retaliation. The Israeli attack came only 2 days after a similar strike by the regime targeting a building, as we told you about Shukr, who they confirmed is dead, and the assassination of Hania. Yeah, so they had just recently said they had entered a new phase after the dual assassinations, and this is the new phase. But I don't think that is the end of it. I think they're being very restrained. It looks like. I think that from one report, I can't remember what it was. So I mean, this is unofficial, but I think they said out of the 60 that they fired, they knocked down about a quarter of them, and then the 75% went through. Yeah. Um, so yeah, this whole thing, man, it's really teetering on the patience of Hezbollah at this point. You know, because Israel Israel is like Israel is like the Chihuahua that's best friends with the pit bull, right? And so the Chihuahua just barks at you like he's the big dog because he knows the big dog's going to protect him. But then all of a sudden the big dog's over there taking a shit, and the little dog is left there yapping. All of a sudden this other big dog, well, not a big dog, but bigger than that dog, comes over and is like, delicious, right? That's the way it is. And this yapping dog is probably about to get some teeth because people around the world, like these world leaders, don't know what the fuck's going on. Or they do, but they're not telling anybody. So the UN Security Council members fear all-out war after Hania's killing in Iran. Palestine urges world not to let Israel drag us all to the abyss, while Iran pledges to respond decisively to Hamas leader's death in Tehran. So that's just Hezbollah last night. It wasn't Iran. Countries of the UN Security Council have condemned the assassination of Hania in Iran and called for stepped-up diplomatic efforts to prevent an all-out war in the Middle East. The Security Council's emergency meeting on Wednesday came as Iran and Hamas, the Palestinian groups that governs the war-torn Gaza Strip, blamed Israel for Hania's death and pledged to seek revenge. Israel has not admitted responsibility for the attack in Tehran. Of course not. Hania's assassination occurred less than 24 hours after Shukr was assassinated in that air raid in Lebanon. Israel claimed the attack was in retaliation for a rocket assault that killed 12 children and young people from the Druze community in the Israeli-occupied Golan Heights, right? That was that story about yeah, and it turns out it was more likely it was these failed Iron Dome rockets that did it, because they had that's the one we said we had footage from May. They had footage from May of the same place, and these rockets just going all tits up, man.